If you want to know 6 ways hyperbaric oxygen therapy can improve your health, this episode is going to be perfect for you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Performance Podcast. Welcome all new listeners and welcome back to those who have heard our content in the past. Today, we are discussing hyperbaric oxygen therapy. And before we go on to the podcast, we always like to share what's new, what's bigger and better in our world. There's a lot of exciting things happening at Sports Performance. If you've been on our last episodes, we've released our new wellness club and our wellness club members, which has been fantastic for our community and be able to service people with more opportunities to improve their health. We've also released our new stretch therapy, which has been amazing, and we're getting a lot of amazing results and people telling us how much they love it. Somebody just actually said that they wouldn't mind a glass of wine while they're being stretched. So we're looking into new opportunities to be able to service our San Diego and Chula Vista community. So let's go on to this podcast. We're talking about hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and this is a relatively newer technology, newer treatment. And it's actually been around for many, many decades. But as it enters popularity in the United States, it's been around for several decades and it's used more regularly in China, Japan, in all throughout Europe. And today we're going to go over how hyperbaric oxygen therapy can help you and help you in your health. And many people ask the question, Chris, what is it? How is it going to help me? And it looks a little scary. So today I want to put you at ease, explain exactly what it is, how it will help you, the mechanism behind that, and truly 6 ways it will improve your true health. So let's briefly dive into the physiology behind it. Okay, so all of our entire body is made of millions and millions of cells, and each one of those cells, you have different types of cells. There's ones that work in muscles, where if the cells in the muscles are working, it helps you, bend your arm or move your leg or walk. There's cells in your heart, which allow it to pump at the right rate. There's cells inside your lungs. There's cells inside your skin. All these cells have all these mechanisms. It's like a car parts inside a car that allow the car to move really well. And the one thing that fuels the car, which allows it to go forward, is gasoline. Well, our body's gasoline is oxygen. We need to be able to breathe. We need to be able to get oxygen from the air into our system, and then into our system goes into our bloodstream and then goes throughout all our body and gives oxygen to all of the cells so we can function properly, so we can be able to exercise, so we can be able to breathe, pump our heart, think, all these things. And so when we talk about the physiology behind it, as I tell you the 6 ways that it's going to improve your health, you have to understand we are talking about at a very tissue level, at the very, very microscopic details of what happens inside our cells, then that makes us feel better, allows us to exercise more, all of those things. And all of the services that you've had or been experiencing at Sports Performance or with other healthcare providers, you understand. Maybe you do an acupuncture session, you can feel that needle, or you get a massage, or you have physical therapy sessions. All of those things are trying to help you have less stress in your low back, feel better in your neck, alleviate the tension and stress so you have better pathways and easier ways to transport that oxygen so you're running efficiently and effectively. Now, this newer technology allows us to be able to help you directly with that oxygen. Let me explain. When we're breathing right now, wherever you are, you're breathing just kind of room air. Inside that air, there's a lot of different molecules in the air. And we breathe in around 21% of that total air is actual oxygen. So we have 21% of that air entering our lungs, or actually entering our mouth, going down our throat into the lungs. That transport of oxygen is now carried to the lungs and now transferred over into our bloodstream. From the bloodstream, it's carried by our red blood cells that go through all of our body parts, and then that red blood cell transport that oxygen and says, "Here's the delivery." It's kind of like Amazon. So those are our Amazon drivers there, and they take us to the cells. Now, there's a couple different parts here. So as you age, you have to remember our cells slow down. They maybe you feel sluggish, maybe you don't have as much energy. And so as you age, the rate at which all of that happens slows down. The rate at which our cells uptake oxygen, the efficiency is not as efficient. And so as you can imagine, that the all of these processes with a baby, a newborn, are at the highest peak level, and that's why they grow so fast, they repair so quickly. And as we age, it's the opposite. So as we consider now, what is hyperbaric oxygen therapy? So we said that you're breathing in 21% of the total air is oxygen. Now hyperbaric oxygen therapy helps support doing these things more effectively via two manners. Number one, instead of breathing in 21% oxygen, we're now going to put an oxygen mask on you, and you're now going to be uptaking 100% or higher concentration of oxygen. That's the first step. So now we're going to have a higher concentration of oxygen being delivered into your system. And that's fantastic. But the magic happens in the second part. When you are at sea level right now, walking around, you are at 1 atmosphere of pressure. You're at sea level right now. As we go down, if we were to go scuba diving, we're now going to go deeper into higher amounts of pressure. If you felt like your sinus, your ears hurt when you went underwater, you're increasing the amount of pressure being applied to your body. Now, what happens? It's a law of physics that when you actually when you increase pressure, not just in you, but in life in general, when you increase pressure, whenever you have a gas, it's easily or more penetrable down to a liquid. So now, if we take this to our body, when we go into a chamber, the higher amount of pressure pushes the gas, which is oxygen, into your bloodstream at a higher rate. So let's do the math on this. First and foremost, we have 100% or a higher concentration of oxygen, because that's what you're wearing inside a mask. And then you have the higher amount of pressure being applied from 1.3 atmospheres to 3 atmospheres of pressure. As you increase the pressure and you now have a higher concentration of oxygen, you have more of a delivery of oxygen into the bloodstream. And research has shown up to 400% of your normal oxygen in your bloodstream. So now we're going to super saturate your bloodstream with oxygen. Now, well, what does that do? Well, now once we've saturated your blood with up to 400% more oxygen, what happens now? That oxygen is now, you have a higher concentration that's now being supplied to the rest of your body at a higher rate, at a higher dosage, at a higher pressure, being distributed to all the places that your blood and your plasma, all wherever that liquid is being transported from, to your lungs, to your heart, to your brain, around your spinal cord, all of these things. So now, with an increase in oxygen concentration and a higher pressure, we're going to supersaturate your bloodstream, which means that we're now going to push more oxygen to all the tissues, which allow them to work more efficient, which allow them to do their jobs, especially if you're aging and those things have slowed down, or if you're hurt and you have tissue inflammation. This allows that transport of oxygen to be more efficient, more effective, and just supercharge your ability to recover, to regenerate, to optimize your energy, to optimize your healing. So that is the simple, easy way to explain what hyperbaric oxygen therapy is. Ultimately, we're supercharging your bloodstream and all of your tissue with oxygen, which then transported to all of your tissues to help you regenerate faster, to optimize your energy, to allow you to be at the peak of your healing and the peak of your oxygen uptake, which allows you to, live a better lifestyle, have more energy. And so we're going to go through those 6 ways, but I really wanted to give you a foundation. That is what hyperbaric oxygen therapy is. And some people are when you enter the unit it's a little daunting at first, a little scary, and some people have mentioned that. And when you get in the first 10 minutes, it blows up with air. It's increased with the pressure, and you have a mask on, and so it feels a little tight at first. And as the unit blows up with air, you have a little bit more wiggle room there. You can sleep, you can sit, you can bring a laptop or an iPad or your phone inside. And so there's many ways that this unit can help you in your healing and your health. So I'm going to run through those now that you have an idea of what it does. I want to share what are the 6 biggest ways that it can help you. One of the first one is mental clarity. Now, we said that oxygen is allows our brains, our all of our cells to function at the highest rate. The more oxygen we can get in, the higher things can improve. So think about this. If you feel foggy, you felt you have fatigue, you have difficulty concentrating. This gives you the highest chance, the highest probability. So now that we can transport and supersaturate your bloodstream with oxygen, that is now going to be transported to wherever the body needs. It's not going to just focus on one area. So if you've had a lot of challenges mentally, this is going to drive more oxygen to the brain to allow your brain cells to function at a higher rate to overcome any challenge that you've had. So it allows you to improve your focus, improve the clarity, allow you to make better decisions, allow you to have that clarity that you once had. And for some, the conditions that have been shown to improve in this category have been concussions, different types of migraines, traumatic brain injuries. Anytime that you've had a challenge with oxygen uptake, or you're having mental stress or mental fatigue, this allows that brain to really work at the highest rate. So mental clarity is number one. This one is the second one is a great opportunity for a lot of people as they age. It's anti-aging. So number one was mental clarity, and number two is anti-aging. Now, as you can imagine, think about wrinkles. Think about the aches and pains. Think about how slow you walk compared to when you were in in your teenage years. All of that is because your cells are slowing down. There's different processes that aren't happening at the faster rate anymore. So by adding oxygen to that cell, you're allowing it to work at a faster rate, at a larger uptake, allow those tissues to really feel like what they should be or what they used to be. And it allows you to really allow that tissue to be saturated with oxygen and work at a higher rate versus slow, sluggish, and what you felt as you age. So it has been shown to improve or to have anti-aging properties. And I'll describe, how many sessions and those type of things at the end of this. But that's exciting. So if you've had the mental fatigue, you've had a fogginess, and you don't feel like you're not zoomed into your life, you feel like don't have that clarity anymore. One, it's going to help you with the mental clarity. And if you felt like you've been aging and you want a little bit of a youth juice, what else can I be doing to add to my regimen to complement that? Anti-aging would be number two. And number three is natural healing. And now this one has to make sense because of we've talked about the physiology and what you're doing, and ultimately, you can think about, what are our other options when we're talking about healing? Currently, it's about, taking medication, taking injections or surgeries to repair tissues, to calm things down, to remove inflammation, to take medications to allow you to heal, have less pain, and those type of things. Well, We know that those are only short term fixes and they don't really fix the root of the problem. Sometimes they're just a band aid. And ultimately, if you're looking to find a natural solution that allows you to heal from the inside out at the cellular level, we're not talking about just a band aid on the surface. How do we attack it from underneath the skin, in the tissue, in the muscle itself, or in the brain itself? We have hyperbaric oxygen therapy to truly help you avoid the Western medicine style of take this and it'll feel better for a couple months. If you're looking for those long-lasting natural healing opportunities, hyperbaric oxygen therapy is going to be perfect for you. And you might hear it termed HBOT in our facility. That's hyperbaric oxygen therapy, HBOT. So HBOT has been helping with mental clarity, with anti-aging and natural healing. The fourth one is it goes along with natural healing, but inflammation. Ultimately, anytime that you have inflammation in a localized area, inflammation is good because that's the body reacting to stress and saying, "Hey, we're going to protect it. We're now going to we're going to make the body swell." So imagine if you had an ankle sprain and that ankle is now swollen. You have all these cells coming in to repair it, and they're saying, "Hey, we're going to do our job." But as you age, or you have to maybe walk more for your job, or you have to stand because you have kids and you're busy, now that inflammation's not really working at an efficient rate, you have more swelling, it's not going away. What do you do? And this is a great way to give you the best chance to reduce inflammation, to expedite or complement everything that you're doing. Maybe you're doing massage or physical therapy, or you're doing your exercise, and that's fantastic. But you might say, well, how do I expedite this without taking medications or relying on injections and those type of things? This is a natural way to decrease inflammation and to complement. This is not a magical treatment. This is there to complement everything that you're currently doing. So, number one is mental clarity. Number two is anti aging. Number three is natural healing. And number four is inflammation. And number five is helping pre and post surgery. So before and after surgery, think about if someone has surgery, how do you help them? How do you improve your healing? What about the wound? What about the swelling inside there? You have to be able to go up and down stairs, or your shoulder is limited and you want to be able to sleep on that. What else can you be doing? Well, naturally, part of that protocol is that you do physical therapy. You might do a little bit of massage, and you kind of have to play a little bit of a waiting game. You have to wait 6 weeks to put more pressure on it, and another 6 weeks to really start running again or throwing again. And it's a long process. So, those who are looking for natural ways to accelerate the healing, decreasing the inflammation, can include HBOT or hyperbaric oxygen therapy into their protocol before surgery to make sure you saturate those tissues with more oxygen so they're ready to heal. And then right after surgery, so you can maximize that healing, get rid of the inflammation faster, and get to your recovery a whole lot smoother with less hiccups and less risk of flare ups. So again, it's very promising when we look at studies that show how effective it is. And for those who have asked, it is FDA approved in the United States. There's fewer conditions that are approved. For instance, in Europe, I think there's about 40 different conditions that are medically approved for hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Um, uh, Slow healing wounds, burns, and different types of treatments for different conditions. In China and Japan, I think there's 60 or 80 different conditions. And as we approach in the US, as we find more and more research to be able to help you with some of these that we've just outlined, just understand our goal is really to be able to complement everything that you're doing. And so if you've had surgery and you're looking at, well, how do I boost my ability to heal? This could be one that you complement that with. So that was number five, and the last one is my own personal favorite is energy, increasing your energy. It has to go with not just your mental clarity, but your energy throughout the day. How do you feel? Maybe you feel sluggish. Maybe you're just not yourself. And if you want to boost your energy naturally from a cellular level, and maybe you don't want to take pre-workouts. You don't want to depend on caffeine. You're tired of relying on external sources to be able to give you that boost, or maybe you're not getting the sleep that you need, and you just need something to give you that support. Improving your energy is going to be a great thing, and just understand we're doing it at the cellular level. Cellular level, we're bringing oxygen to the brain to allow it to heal. We're bringing it to the tissues to allow them to heal. Now, in order to improve and maximize your energy, yes, it's going to give you a boost, but when we look at all the qualities, everything from mental clarity to anti-aging to natural healing to inflammation to pre and post surgery to increase your energy, understand this is a great opportunity. If you're already doing other forms of treatment, this is here to support that. In isolation, it can work, but your best chance is to combine it with your physical therapy, with your stretch therapy, with your massage therapy, plus your overall health profile of good nutrition and good sleep and good hydration. When combined, you're really maximizing your ability to improve your outcomes and feel the best version of yourself. So, is this a magical treatment? Absolutely not. It is here as a natural way. The reason why we brought it in is because our clients have asked, I'm getting older. I'm looking for something else. What can I do as I age to not depend on medications or things that are only short term and that are more natural? This is another way to complement it. It's because of you. You've asked, and we brought this in. We've been hearing from clients over the last year as they've aged. They look at what can I be doing to maximize my health? What can I do? Because I know I'm eating right, I'm sleeping properly, I don't feel like myself, or have unique conditions, or have friends or family who struggled with conditions that haven't been solved by other individuals. And we wanted to bring this just to be able to support you in your health. And we will always tell you this is an option for you. Now, how many sessions does it take to see these benefits? We're seeing anywhere from, most of the research is 20 to 40 sessions in a very short time span, meaning you're coming 3 to 5 times a week, and you might do 60 to 90-minute sessions, and this gives you the best opportunity to maximize that oxygen uptake. Now, we don't recommend, once every 3 months or once every 4 months. That's more of a short-term energy boost, and that's fantastic. This has been shown to, reduce symptoms with the common cold, or you don't feel good after a sinus infection or some type of health issue. This is great to kind of boost you up, but that will be short lived. And if you're looking for that, that's a great alternative. But if you're looking for long term lasting relief, you want to do this for an extended period of time, 3 to 5 times a week, up to 20 to 40 sessions. But what we do offer is small bundles where you can try these things out. We offer a discovery visit. You can sample a 30-minute session, and this gives you a chance to feel it, make sure you're not claustrophobic, understand what the pressure feels like, feel that energy boost, and allow you to sample it for 5 days and try that so that you can have an opportunity to see what that feels like, what that new you feels like. So there you have it. If you're interested in any of our hyperbaric services or HBOT services, feel free to reach out to my team. Any of the links down below, whether you're on YouTube or our podcast. We're excited to see your health improve. This we brought it for you, and so we want to hear your feedback as you go through this. So, on behalf of the entire team at Sports Performance, I wanted to say we're excited to bring this to you and really see the life changes, the mental, the physical, the overall health performance that you will now have with the introduction of this new unit. At the time of this recording, we currently have it at our Chula Vista location, and we'll be growing that as you guys give us more feedback. But we're excited to bring this to San Diego as one of the unique providers to have this in all of San Diego. So, on behalf of the entire team, it was great to share this podcast with you, and we will see you on the next episode. Take care.